Right now on the screen, this is a channel that has only 31 videos with almost 5,000 subscribers, and believe it or not, this channel has made more than $1,000 in the last 28 days. When you go to Social Blade, and Social Blade is most of the times wrong when it gives statistics in terms of how much you can earn. Most of the times what you see is less than the actual amount the creator is making. And the reason I'm certain of this is if you check like the number of views they are actually getting, you can see that despite being a small channel, they're even getting more views than my own channel. I have a guide right here that we are going to use to create Nigerian folktale stories. So the first step is that you need to come up with a story idea. Now, while I've indicated that this is the actual first step, in reality it's not the actual first step. I know that's what almost everyone will tell you, that you need to have a story, that's the first step. That's not the first step. The first actual step you're supposed to do is you need to do research. You need to find out what's working on YouTube. So for example, what you're going to do, if let's say you wanted to do the research for yourself, I'm just going to show you this, but I've already done it, and I'm going to give you the prompt with the actual research already incorporated in what you're going to ask ChatGPT. So in this case, I'm just going to explain it briefly. You're supposed to go to channels, let's say, which are also talking about or producing videos in African folktales. So when you find those channels, you're going to check their popular videos, the most popular videos. So let's say, for example, you can see like this channel, the most popular video has 53,000 views, and it was only posted 2 weeks ago. So you're going to copy, let's say, the title for that video. So you're going to paste it to a Word document. Now you need to at least find a lot of popular videos. Now, in my own experience, I think 20 to 30 titles will help you out. So this can be done even for any other niche. So when, let's say, you find all those 20, let's say, titles that you have, you're going to copy those titles. Let me just go right ahead and maybe let me have 2 for demonstration purposes. I'm going to copy even this one right here. After copying it, I'm going to paste it also to my Word document right here, and after that you're going to copy the titles and you're going to go to ChatGPT. Now when you go to ChatGPT, this is during the research part before you even generate your story. This is something you're supposed to do. Now when you come to ChatGPT, you're going to ask ChatGPT the reasons why those titles are doing well. So here is an example. I'm going to say, why did these titles do well for Nigerian folktale stories? Then I'm going to paste in the titles. Now in your case, let's say you would have to paste in more than 2 titles. Let's go right ahead and click enter. Then what will happen is that ChatGPT will give you the reasons why these titles did so well. Like you can see, for example, here it's saying shock factor. There's a shock factor to the titles. There's relatability, modern twist, unresolved tension. There's a hashtag for rich, unusual element, cultural resonance, mystery and suspense, direct and clear. So this is what is helping those titles to go well. So now when you come, let's say, to generating your story idea, you need these factors to be taken into consideration. That's why you need to do that in the research part. However, like I've already mentioned, I've already done the work for you, and I'm going to give you the prompt you're going to use. So here is a prompt we're going to use to actually come up with the title ideas or the story ideas. So here is the story idea, the prompt you're going to use. It says, generate 30 captivating Nigerian folktale story ideas that combines 2 or more of the following characteristics. Now these characteristics right here, I got them during the research part. I already did the research for Nigerian folktales, and I've already created a channel where I'll be posting Nigerian folktale stories. In the future, I'll give you an update on that channel so that you can actually also see the results I get. So you can see some of the reasons is curiosity driven hooks, high emotional appeal, relatability. And if you remember relatability, when you check right here, one of the things ChatGPT mentioned that are making the videos do well is relatability. So that's why it's here in the prompt. That's why I was saying I've already done the work for you. So I'm just going to copy this. Just paste it right here. It's just a matter of copy and paste to get title ideas. So instead of 30, let me just go right ahead and ask it for 10. Okay, for the sake of this video, but for you, you can ask it for whatever amount you want. And right now, ChatGPT will give us story ideas based on what is making those Nigerian folktale stories go viral. So it's coming up with those ideas which incorporate those things. So you can see, for example, here, the boy who stole a whisper. Now this is something that is likely to go viral on YouTube because it incorporates already the things that are making Nigerian folktale stories go viral. There's another one, the girl who married her reflection. Oh wow, okay, that's interesting. The girl who married her reflection. So you can see this is a very interesting title. Okay, actually, if I saw this, I'll definitely click on it. So for those of you who would want, maybe you can create a video on this. Okay, that's a very good one. Then the hunter who killed a ghost. Okay, the village that ate dreams. Oh wow, okay, that's an interesting. So you can see already, you can see the ideation that ChatGPT is giving us, and the reason it's giving us these good ideas is because of the research part. Now I've already mentioned most people won't tell you that you need to do research. They'll just say you need to come up with a story, and you just go to ChatGPT, ask it for a story. Of course, you can have any story, and the difference with people who just start with a story without doing research is that you'll be posting on YouTube. You might be getting views here and there, but there's no chance of your videos. If you get luck, of course, they might go viral, but if you want to go viral guaranteed on YouTube, that's where the research part comes in. So that's where you have to create to do that research, and you can see the ideas that we have. So let's say the woman who woke up in another life. Then here we have the fisherman's son and the river that lied, the bride with no face. Okay, that's an interesting one. Now the second part is to generate the actual story. So that's why we begin with the story idea. So now here we have a prompt. Now the prompt also that we have here, there are themes these stories have. During the research part, there's a stage where you're supposed to also find out what themes are shared between those stories. So let's say, for example, here, after let's say I had pasted those titles, I could have asked ChatGPT, I could have gone right ahead and maybe watched through some of the videos, copied the script, paste to ChatGPT, ask it what is the theme here, copy another story, paste it to ChatGPT, ask what is the theme here, so that I see the similar themes that are being shared by those stories. So after doing research, like I've already mentioned, I've already done the research for this niche, the folktale niche. I've done the research. You just need to copy exactly what I'm going to give you. After doing the research, I found that most of the stories that are going viral in this niche for folktale stories, there's curiosity-driven hooks, there's high emotional appeal, relatability, relevance, shock value, there's taboo, forbidden themes, and predictable outcomes, and the likes. Those are some of the themes amongst these stories. So I've already indicated them. So here, you just have to copy this prompt right here. Just copy everything that is right here. Copy it. Then now when you copy it, you're going to come back to ChatGPT right here, and you're going to paste it. Now, when you paste, don't click enter. There's a part right here. You can see, let me go right ahead and read this prompt. Maybe for example, you are an amazing storyteller and writer with a deep understanding of crafting compelling narratives. I want you to create a brilliant new story which will be about. Now here where it says short description of your story, you are going to get the story idea that you like from the list that ChatGPT gave you. So for example here, let's go right ahead and say we loved, I mentioned there's a story I liked. Let me go right ahead. Which one was that? Okay, like this one, the girl who married her reflection. But I think I love this one for even the song that no one could forget. No, not that one. The town where the dead. Okay, yeah, I think this one is nice. The town where the dead voted. Okay, let's go with this one. So we're going to say, we're going to copy this. This is our story idea. In a corrupt kingdom, elections are held every decade, but the dead are still on the voting list. When a young girl discovers why the spirits keep voting, she realizes the town itself is trapped in endless cycle of same rulers. Okay, so let's copy this. I think this is a nice story idea. The town where the dead voted. I think, actually, I've even shown you something. I can guarantee that some of you might even create a video with this title. Let's say if this is your title, actually, you create a video and you might even get a viral video on your first post. So we are going to replace it right here where it says short description. We are going to replace it right here and just paste in our story idea and click enter. So you can see ChatGPT has gone right ahead and started writing our story. Now, the way I've arranged this prompt is for it to actually give us a story that is almost like 15,000 words long. Now it will be up to you how long you want it to be. So if you want, you can reduce the words right here maybe to 5,000, depending on what one. I want my stories maybe to be somewhere between 18 to 45 minutes long. So it's up to you how much you want. If you want it maybe let's say to be 10 minutes long, you'd want to reduce maybe from 15,000 maybe to 8,000, 7,000, somewhere there. So let's go right ahead. So you can see now here ChatGPT has given us the first part. Okay, so all you have to do is click, like let's say to go to part 2, you click continue. Just type in continue and ChatGPT will create the part 2 for you. When it finishes, if it hasn't concluded the story, you ask it to continue, again continue until it finally concludes the story. Most of the times, based on the number of words that I've asked it for 15,000 characters, it will end your story somewhere between part 5 and part 8. Now for the sake of this video, let's just assume that we've completed the entire story, we've done the entire story. What you want to do is to copy the entire story into maybe a document, a Word document and the like. So now we have this story. The next part is now to generate character descriptions. Now, why do we want character descriptions? We want characters for our story. We want to find out who is in the story and how do they look like, what is their nationality, are there any specific villages that we need to focus on and the likes. Now, we're not going to waste time to start reading this, but I would encourage you, if you want to take this seriously, you might want to read the story, and where you feel like it's a bit shallow and the likes, you might want to ask the AI to edit that part, maybe to add more details and the likes. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this prompt. I have already a prompt, like I've already mentioned, I'm going to give it to you. I've done the heavy lifting for you. So I'm just going to copy this right here. Once I copy it, come back to ChatGPT. Most of the times what I like to do personally, I don't use the same chat when I start doing this part of generating the scenes, generating the characters and the likes. What I normally do, I'll start a new chat when I have the actual final story. I'll start the new chat, then I'll copy the story that I have. So I'll come to ChatGPT and I'll just paste it right here without saying anything. I'll just paste it there like that and simply click enter. I would ask it to answer in chat instead, so you can see what ChatGPT is saying. This is a fantastic start. You've created a mysterious and airy atmosphere with a compelling hook, whatever and the likes. So sometimes if I want to take it to another level, I'll ask the AI to critique the story. After critiquing it, I'll ask it to implement the improvements it suggests, but that's optional and we're not going to do that in this video. Let's just say we are happy with this. Now once I have that story, what I'll do now is copy this, like generate character descriptions for the story. So I'm just going to paste it right here. Since I've already pasted the story, it will recognize it. So here you can see it already knows I'm talking about the kingdom of the silent voters and the like. So you can see we have Abeni, who's the protagonist. This is our main character, a 14-year-old Nigerian girl with deep brown skin and sharp whatever. Then we have Mama Simisola, that's the grandmother. We have Oba or Ayodele, the ruler of Oru. So the next thing, once it generates the characters, you are going to generate scenes for the story. So like I've already mentioned, depending with your story, if it's very long, you might want to generate a lot of scenes. Now personally, I normally just start with 30 and the likes. So here I'll just say generate 30 or more visual scenes to cover every part of this story. So I'm just going to copy this prompt right here. I'm going to come back to the AI and here I'm just going to paste it. So we have 9 characters. Of course, some of the characters are not main characters and might only be mentioned once in the story and the like, so it's not a big issue. I'm just going to paste it right here like that, then click enter. While it's generating the scenes, let me go back to my prompt here where we're generating characters. I just want to go through, you see some of what the prompt is saying. I need your help in generating detailed character descriptions for my story. Tell me all the characters in the story and tell me their name, nationality, the exact age, and describe their appearance. Now, the reason we're asking the AI to do this is so that when we start generating the images will be consistent. We'll be adding some key details, especially like the age, nationality, and the appearance. This will help us to generate consistent images. That's why we are using this prompt. Okay, so once let's say the scenes have been generated, you're going to ask now the AI to come up with prompts that can help you generate the images for those scenes. Now, the prompts that want to be generated, you want them to be generated in such a way that the characters remain consistent. So we're just going to copy this prompt. I've already done the heavy lifting. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but let's go right ahead. Copy this. Okay, once you copy that, you're going just to paste it right here. Now, this prompt we are pasting in, this prompt, you can see now come up with prompts with a combination of the character description and scene. So it's putting the description and the scenes together. So wherever a certain character appears, the prompt will incorporate that character. Of course, it's not 100% perfect. Sometimes you might have to go in, make your own edits. I'm just going to click enter, and you'll see it will combine the appearances of each character with the scenes. Okay, so you can see, for example, look at the first part, like the town of Oru at dawn. So it's giving us the opening image, and if you've seen most of the Nigerian folk tales, they open up with like an image of the place the story is about, maybe the village and the like. So maybe sometimes it opens up with a main character, with a wife or something like that. Okay, so here you can see like the first prompt is a panoramic view of a town of Oru at dawn, whatever. So these are the prompts. And then you can see the second one here. You see why we're asking for the description. You see Abeni, a 14-year-old Nigerian girl with dark brown skin and sharp, curious eyes. That's why we wanted it to have that description which is specific. So each time when Abeni appears, we want to maintain this description wherever she's mentioned in our scene so that we get a consistent character. This actual document, I'm going to give it to you. So when you get it, you see where it says resources right here. You just click on that. Now here you find the resources you're supposed to use. The first resource that we have is ChatGPT, which I've already shown you, and probably most of you are already aware of ChatGPT. The other one is the one we're going to use to generate voiceovers, and is known as TTS free. Now if you have 11 labs, you can still use 11 labs. There's a free version where you get 10,000 characters, and you can also use that one to generate voiceovers for yourself. And I think 11 labs also has Nigerian accents and the like. So you can even use other AI tools. However, some of the AI tools for voiceovers are not free, and some can get a bit expensive. However, for this one, they offer a free version. The only downside is that you might have to go through a lot of ads before you can actually generate your story. So you can see here, English, Nigerian text to speech. So they have two options. You have a male character, a Beo, and a Zin. Now this one is what most of these folktale stories are using, a Zin, the female narrator. Now you can, if I go right ahead and play it right here, let me go right ahead and play it.
The life that you are living now is also a dream of millions.
So you can feel the accent is definitely Nigerian. So all you have to do, if you are, let's say, on the free version, of course, since we're using the free version, you can see we can only generate the voiceover 500 characters at a time or per conversion. Now, if you log in, you create an account, you can actually create more characters. You can generate more characters at a time. I'm going to come back to my story right here, and let's say I'm going to copy this first part like that. So once you copy a part of your story, you're going to paste it right here. Now you have to make sure that the number of characters doesn't exceed the usage, otherwise it won't generate. So you can see right here I've pasted 400 characters. So all I have to do now is to click convert. So if I click convert, it will create an audio for me. So this is the only process that will take you a bit of time to generate the entire story for yourself. So you can see we have our
The town of Oru was unlike any other.
Okay, so yeah, I forgot to change the name right here. Let's choose Enzin, right, like that, and click convert now. So you can see it has generated a voiceover for us. So let me go right ahead and play it so that you hear how it sounds like.
The town of Oru was unlike any other. At first glance, it was a place of modest beauty, its cobbled streets winding between towering clay houses with thatched roofs, its bustling markets filled with the scent of spices, fried plantains, and smoked fish.
So once you've downloaded the audio, you of course make sure you do for the entire story, and when you have the entire audio for yourself, you are going to save it in a folder and the likes. Make sure you name the parts so that you don't make any mistakes since you are on the free plan. The first part, just name it 1, maybe 2, 3, and so on and so forth until you have the entire generated story for yourself. If you are able to just pay for the plan and you can generate the entire story at a go. Now the next part is to actually generate the images we are going to be using for our story, or the scenes that we're going to be using. Now I recommend using these two AIs. The first one is by Google. Let's go right ahead and open this one. Now if it's your first time accessing the tool, you will be required to log in with your Gmail account and accept some of the terms and conditions. Then the other one is from Meta, or formerly known as Facebook. You're going to come back to ChatGPT and you're going to copy your first scene. So in this case, I'm going to copy this one right here. Then come back to Labs, which is the image generated by Google, and you're going to paste it right here. So once you paste in your prompt, you are going here where it says more and the likes. You're going to select certain things. So just click more. Now what you're looking for, you need your images to be realistic, so you are looking for the realistic option right here. Now these are not a must, but however I find it when you do this, it generates better photos that we might want. So let's go right ahead and click create right here. So you can see that we are getting that image with that atmosphere that we need for our story, and I think this is quite looking nice. Now let me show you, maybe let's use the same prompt and let's use now Meta AI. If I go to Meta AI and simply say generate image of, then you paste in your prompt and simply click enter. So you can see even Meta AI has generated our scenes. Now the advantage of the Meta AI is that they have an option where you can animate the image. You can have some movements with your image, and you just need to click like right here where it says animate. It will be up to you, whichever you decide to choose. I like to change between them. I try maybe a different scene. If I don't get the scene that I like, I'll move maybe to the other one and see which I get better. Okay, so let's just go right ahead and maybe have at least 3 scenes, then we can add to our story. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go to Meta AI. So I'm going to say generate a realistic looking image of, then paste my prompt. Now this time around I've mentioned realistic looking. Okay, then I'm going to click enter. So you can see our images have been generated, and when you look at these images, you can see that they are consistent. Like the grandma, look at the grandma and look at the granddaughter, which is our main character right here. If I click the next icon to see the other person, you can see the clothes are the same and the likes. That's why we wanted the descriptions to be there. You can see, okay, here there's a bit difference, but the face is the same, different clothes and the likes. Just take a look at this. You can see, always mention realistic if you're using meta.ai. Let's just assume you have generated all the scenes and the likes. The final part is to put everything together. Now to put everything together, you're going to use a free tool or editing software known as CapCut. Alright, so I have CapCut opened up right here, and the good thing is that CapCut is free to use. So all you have to do is, if you are on your phone, you can still do this on your phone because CapCut is available even on mobile. So all you have to do now is to import the audios that you actually downloaded, the voiceovers, and you're going to import also the images that you generated. So once you import them, you're going to add the audio to the timeline like we've seen right here. I've added the audio to the timeline, and when you have that, you're also going to start importing the images. You're going to be listening to the audio and importing to the images. Now what I've done right here, I've opened up the project that I'm currently editing to show you how it's done. So right here, I'm going to play this audio so that you see how you put things together.
In the peaceful village of Ilu-Oin, nestled between rolling hills and thick forest, there lived Ode, a hunter of remarkable skill and a heart filled with kindness. Ode was not the wealthiest man in the village, but his integrity made him beloved by all. He was a devoted father and husband, providing for his family through his hunts in the dense, mysterious forest that surrounded their home. The forest, however, was not just a source of livelihood. Legends spoke of Igbo Eye, a forbidden part of the forest where malevolent spirits roamed. It was said that anyone who wandered into that cursed area never returned. These tales were often told by elders during moonlit nights, and while the villagers feared the place, Ode saw it as mere superstition. One day, while hunting, or they ventured further into the forest.
Alright, so I have had to cut the story short because it's a 16 minutes long video and we don't want to play it, all of it in this video. So if you one day you ever meet this video, you know that you're actually watching my channel. So yeah, that's what it is. So you can see that there was an image which was not very clear, and that happens, it's AI, but the most thing people are interested in is the story itself rather than the images you generate, because sometimes people will listen to these folktale stories maybe while they're not even watching the actual story. Maybe they're just listening to the audio and the likes, even sometimes while they're driving and the likes. Okay,